increase your faith. David was sitting there right after Ziklag was burned, Brother Mark, and I just have to believe that it was faith that he encouraged himself with the Lord. I'm telling you something. Your faith will fight battles for you.
Come on.
It will defeat enemies that most people will linger with for years, Brother Mark. I'm going to tell you something tonight. When the devil, not too long ago, had a spot show up on my hand, on one of my fingers. And it was hurting. It's persistent. That old devil said, go to the doctor. Get that thing lanced, take it off. I'm going to tell you something. I dealt with that for a long time. Never even told my bride about it. Dealt with that thing, looking at it every day, messing around my wedding ring, messing with it, had to take my wedding ring off, sitting there messing with it every day, touching on it really more. Faith was being tested. Faith was being tested. The devil telling me this and that. One night I laid down in the bed and I looked at it and I said, never again will you test my faith. Never again. That next morning it was gone. Next morning it was gone. You say, Brother Brandon, that don't happen to everybody. No, it doesn't. But I'm telling you something, folks. When you stand on faith, when you stand up and say, I refuse to let you fight my faith. I refuse it. Would it have been something else if I went to the doctor? I have no idea. But I'm telling you something tonight. When I stood there and said, never again will you fight my faith. Because it wasn't just a spot to me. It was the devil telling me he's done with your ministry. It was the devil telling me that he's got to find a way to get you out because he's sick of you preaching behind the pulpit. It was the devil trying to tell me that everything else in your life is falling apart and this is the end of everything. It was fighting the very basis of my faith, and I said, no more will you fight my faith. And I'm telling you something, folks, when you stand up against all of hell and let your faith be the forefront, let it say, I'm telling you something, whenever somebody goes up against something, when they've got a shield, Brother Mark, they don't sit there and say, well, I'm glad that I'm strong enough. They say, I'm glad it's strong enough.
Yes.
I'm glad it's strong enough. Old Mark Jr. used to be a prison guard up at the prison. He said when they go in and get them prisoners when they wouldn't be compliant, the first man had a big old shield. And he'd run in and hit them with it full blast.
Yeah.
I'm telling you something. He said some of them guys is huge. But I'm telling you, you had something he didn't have.
Yeah.
They had a protector, brother.
Yeah.
They had a shield. I'm telling you something. I got something the devil ain't got. Because he wants to win so bad, but he has no faith in his belief. He cannot have faith that he's going to win. He knows he's going to lose.
Yeah.
He knows he's going to lose. He's fighting so hard because he knows he's going to lose. I know I'm going to win. I know I'm going to win. Like the sister said, I know I'm going to win.
Yes.
At the end, I know I'm going to win. And what tells me I'm going to win? My faith. I'm telling you something. I've had them tell me before, you got no proof. I don't need it. I got faith. I don't need proof. I don't need proof that he exists. I don't need proof that he came 2,000 years ago. I don't need any of that. I've got faith. Yes. My God, it'll be a shield in the hard times. Stand to your feet all over this field. I want us to bow our heads all over. Nobody looking around. There's been some folks in here that the devil's been fighting your faith. He's been fighting you in every aspect of your life. I'm telling you something, folks. We've got to be prepared for the end. We've got to have stored up these things tonight. We've got to make sure we're saved. The first thing tonight, if you're not saved, I want you to be in this altar first thing. I want you to be the first one up here. Because nothing begins until you get right with God. Nothing begins. That's the beginning of preparation, is when you get right with God. And number two, if you don't have the Holy Ghost, you need to be up here tonight. Because He's moving in this house, and He will fill you with His Spirit. He desires to give you the Holy Ghost. He desires to give you that gift tonight. I want each and every one of us to come and stand across the front of this church. Or brother, you can find you a place to kneel if you want. We're at about 11:30. And Brother Mark says we're going to be calling in the new year, talking to God. I believe a good 30 to 45 minutes.